Hey there, hobby homesteaders. Welcome back to Peaks Peak. My name's Lucas, and if you're new to the channel, be sure and subscribe, like our content, hit the notification bell so you see when we get new videos. But today, we've got a video for new Kubota BX owners, some suggestions to help you take care of your tractor in between those regularly scheduled maintenance intervals to make sure that you don't do any harm to your tractor. There's a couple things you need to watch out for. Now, just about everybody knows what your scheduled service maintenance intervals are. There's a My Kubota app that will help you take care of those. And so we all watch out for those 50-hour services, the 200, the 400 hours, and so on, to make sure we keep our fluids changed out, the filters changed, and everything operating the way that it's supposed to. But what about what happens from day to day when you operate your equipment? Some things that you need to look out for. You may be one who kind of gives things a look over to make sure that everything looks all right. You grease all your fittings every 10 hours and so on, but what about some of the more intricate details that could severely harm your machine? Here's one of the most basic things that you need to do to make sure that you protect your machine, because we all use these to mow the yard, run the bush hog, and do a lot of things in dust and dirt that can clog up filters. Today's video is not meant to be a comprehensive maintenance video, but just to clue you in case you don't already know, where to look for these screens to make sure that the engine can breathe and cool itself the way that it's supposed to. Now, the first and most obvious one is right there in front of your feet. That cooling shroud or grill on the backside right down there by your feet is where the tractor pulls in the fresh air to the radiator. And so you want to make sure that that doesn't get clogged up. And it's very simple to take care of keeping the dust and the dirt and all the grass and all of that stuff from building up on that screen. Now, of course, you can use a simple garden hose and kind of spray things off, but I just got a new tool that I love, and that is my Cobalt 24-volt blower. This works perfectly for keeping that screen blown off so that the tractor can breathe. Now, the next two places you're going to check are under the hood. Very easy to get to, but right here in front of your radiator, or behind, to the driver's compartment of the radiator, you have a screen that will pull out, and you can also blow this one off with your blower, and it's just as easy as that. Slide her back in there. And that's all there is to that one. Now, the last thing that I do after operating my Kubota BX in a dusty environment is I pull the air filter out and just knock the outside dust and grass residue off of that air filter. Pulling that air filter out is super simple, just two little clips that you take loose, and this little cover comes off. It's even got a top orientation printed right on it so you know which way that it goes. And you pull that filter out, and all I do is bang it on the tire to knock the grass off of it. And you want to make sure that you don't get anything down in here, because this is where it's pulling the clean air from. Same thing when you look back in here, you want to make sure there's no grass or hay or anything that falls down in front of that hole when you go stick this back in there. You want to make sure that you keep that clean so that it's only pulling fresh air in. Now, I'm sure this is one of those tips that a lot of you experienced tractor owners already are aware of, but there are a lot of new Kubota BX owners. This subcompact tractor size is kind of your entry-level tractor. It's kind of your homeowner grade tractor, so you have a lot of new tractor owners starting out with a machine just like this. And I'll tell you, I have a friend who has a similar tractor who was having an overheating issue, and it was that screen behind the radiator. And I'll tell you one last tip: when you pull that one out, take a look down at your radiator, make sure it's cleared off. If it's not, grab your blower or your water hose and spray that off, because that screen catches a lot of it, but you can still get grass and stuff built up on your radiator as well. You want to keep an eye on your temperature when you're driving, and that's always a good practice. But one of the things you can do to stay ahead of that is to just make sure you keep all of this clean. You'd be amazed at how in 2 hours worth of dusty bush hogging, you can cover all of that up. So you may even, in one outing, cover some of those screens to where your tractor starts getting warm. You need to keep an eye on those things. But hopefully this is a tip that helps you out. helps you maintain your tractor so that it lasts you for a long time. Hope you guys enjoyed today's Tuesday tractor tip. If you have other suggestions, be sure and leave those down in the comments. One, so that we can help each other out, those people who are looking for more information on taking care of their tractors. I might learn a thing or two, or I might get some ideas for my next video. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good day.